Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. You know, I love my creatives, our musical performers, and today we have a talented artist. Benjamin Hykes is on the show. Give me something real, something real. I can't wait to hear more about that. He's going to perform. We're going to learn about his journey. He's got the cool ensemble on. I love the hat. Looking good. Welcome to the show, Benjamin. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. I love to have performers on. I think we need to expose as many of you out there in the world need to get to hear your music. So before we do that, which you will do at the end of the show, perform for us, give us a little 411 on your background, kind of your journey from beginning to deciding, hey, music is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
It was kind of it was a path that life kind of just led me to music more or less. I remember I was really into soccer growing up, and I wanted to be a famous soccer player. I was used to like go to all the games and whatnot, and I was obsessed with it. But that fitness and health has always kind of followed me through everything. I've always stayed passionate about it, but I remember just seeing a guitar in a random guitar center, I think, one time when my parents were there. My sister used to play saxophone, and
Wow.
we were picking something up for her. And I was like, that looks so cool. I want to have one. And then it appeared under my Christmas tree. And my mom
Parents, listen.
my mom started to buy me lessons, and I didn't really enjoy it all that much at the beginning, but then suddenly the patterns just kind of started to click under my fingers and whatnot, and then I found myself just only wanting to do that all the time. I found myself not doing schoolwork and just staying in my room learning classic music, classic rock. Then started getting into some pop artists and stuff, funk. Not, I mean, pop artists, but by that I mean kind of popular music from a lot of
Yes.
like the 50s and 60s and 70s. So not necessarily, modern pop music, though I do enjoy some of that too. But just like learning from the greats, and then just started to write my own songs at the age of 16, and then it's been nonstop since then.
Let's talk about. I always love to hear the journey because everybody's is different, and it's always cool to hear how you got to where you're at. Now, if you begin writing at 16, that's teen angst. You're going through all sorts of stuff, hormones raging. Tell us what your music was like then, and how has it progressed? How's your songwriting progressed since then?
Yeah, that's such a good question. And I haven't really ever been asked that question, but I mean, it's clear as day that it's just matured tremendously. I mean, back when I was 16 and I was just first starting to write songs, uh, a lot of my music teachers and mentors were saying that, yeah, write as much as possible and keep doing it because it's a craft. But as you grow older, you will have more things to write about with more meaning. And I didn't really realize how true that was until I started to grow older, and then started to realize, that life imitates art for sure. And it just started to grow and grow and grow. And every single song I write has more meaning because more meaning has been added to my life over the years.
Excellent
So.
answer too. Tell me about the performance. We talked a teeny bit about this before we went live. When you're up there and you're performing, do you still get that same emotional feeling that you got when you wrote the song, or do you go back to that moment that inspired you to write it? Do you ever get choked up on stage? Do you ever are you feeling that emotion every single time when you're up there performing?
It's kind of funny. Yes, but uh, performing is so nerve-wracking in general that I kind of just everything I do uh, is preparation, just like preparing my mind and body for expecting to be on stage, expecting to have nerves and stuff, and just trying to uh, be so prepared that it's almost like just clicking play. I obviously, and I feel like the more prepared I am the better I am able to express myself.
Yes.
So, and then I'm able to kind of almost diverge from being so stiff. And then I'm able to just kind of, if I'm feeling something, for example, if I'm playing like a little riff or something, like if I'm not prepared, I'll just probably play the chords and whatnot. But then if I am really prepared, I'll do something like, that just like based on how I'm feeling in that moment. So yes, there's an emotional aspect to it, but I've performed with a lot of phenomenal musicians recently, and just being prepared and just, working really hard at it, and then making the performance as more of just like a victory lap.
I like that analogy too.
Is the goal.
What about the songwriting part? I'm sure you've been asked 1,000 times what your inspiration is, and you can share that if you'd like. But I like to find out the process. Do you collaborate? Do you write everything on your own? Is it music first, or lyrics, or vice versa? How does that work in your work?
Yeah, that's always the question I want to ask all of my favorite artists. So it's, to me, the best question, because from the beginning, it's you just wonder how nothing becomes something, right? Well, my process is different every time. Sometimes I'll have a title, which really, really helps. I heard Billy Joel say that a lot, where a title will always lead you back to your home base. So
that's cool. You work backwards. You fill in the gaps.
Yeah, exactly. If you even listen to "She's Always a Woman to Me" by Billy Joel, it's always leading back to that. That's the theme of the song. So whether I start with music or lyrics or whatever, eventually I gotta get to a title a lot of the time to write a song. Then a lot of the times a lot of the time it's based around music first for me, because I will play something and it'll kind of just be like fishing. I'll just be experimenting with my guitar, and then an emotion will come from that, because I feel like the music is the emotion, and then the lyrics are more of the meaning, if that makes sense. So and then so the answer is it comes anyway, but but a lot of the times it's that way. Or sometimes when I start with a lyric, it'll be okay, what does this lyric how does this lyric make me feel? And then I'll base my song, my harmony and my guitar chords and whatnot around that. And pretty much I know I'm not opposed to collaborating with people, but I just always feel like songwriting is such a personal thing to me that it's not something I've ever really gotten around to. I'll tell you this, anyone who's a really, really good producer will kind of in a ways collaborate with you. They won't write the song for you, but they'll direct the song. I view producers as captains of the ship.
Nice.
And I view you as the person who built the ship. You know what I mean?
I think that it's so funny to me, because every artist is different. There are artists that only collaborate. Like I've had them on, and I don't know how I would be as a creative. If it's my baby, I wouldn't want anybody tweaking it. I don't know how that would work, but I love the fact that each artist does their own thing. And I love that analogy about the producer. I hadn't thought about that before.
Well, exactly. It's nobody wants anybody touching or changing like their own creation. But I'll tell you this: anybody, again, who's a good producer will do that, because what's the point of a producer if they're not doing anything to your song other than recording it? That's a recording engineer, in my opinion.
Right.
So a producer will just go, "Hey, what happens if you just change this verse a little bit and added a little bit of this, change the lyrics here, move this around?" And that doesn't mean that they're writing your song at all. And you kind of got to have a little bit of an ego death and just an open mind. because there's a lot of times where I've been working with a really good producer and they'll change it and I'll get almost defensive in ways, and then they'll show me a different path and I'll try it and I'll be like, wow, that's really, really cool. That brought out the best in what I do. So I think that's the point of a producer. That's more important than any other aspect of production. I think I heard a producer say, when they ask a producer what's your job, it was a producer of Dave Matthews, I think Steve Lillywhite. He just said, my job is just to bring the best out in the artist. That's it. And I completely agree with that analogy.
Love it. All right, so let's get to music. Tell us what you're going to perform for us, and give us a little background on the song. And this is where I'm going to take myself off and you just go forth and do good.
All right, so this is an interesting one. I have a bald head, not by choice, because I got diagnosed with testicular cancer in March. Wow. I'm an ultra marathon runner, and literally just a couple days before a 50-mile race, I just woke up and found a lump. And I did the race. It was incredible. It was great. I can't wait to get back to fully doing those marathons and ultra marathons and whatnot. But I didn't think much of it. I did get checked after the race and I was diagnosed with that. So it was kind of crazy. It all happened really quick. Within about a week, I was getting surgery. And then about a week from then, they ran more tests, and then I had to be admitted into chemotherapy, which, newsflash, I am out of that now. Thank God. Thank you. So a couple weeks ago, that's when my 4th round of chemotherapy ended. So this was kind of like from the time of my surgery to now, it was about a 5-month or so process. So it's pretty tough. It wasn't easy. And the hardest part about it for me was just sitting still for so long, because I'm a very active person. And how this relates to the song is I started writing this song before any of this happened. And it was just when I was in this mood of kind of a writer's block, and I was just trying to kind of cope with just feeling like I was going nowhere. I know it sounds kind of emotional, but artists can be kind of emotional. Well, that's our job. It's to work with our emotions, But I just was trying to get something out of me, and it just wasn't working. And that kind of led to the line, "Give me something real," which became the title of the song, and it's the first line of the song. And then the second line, "Give me something I can feel," because I was just I was in a rut, and I was praying to someone, God, to help me get through that. Sure. And I recorded the song, and then shortly after I was diagnosed, and I was just kind of thinking like, okay, this song can be a better fit for what I'm about to go through, because it's just kind of a prayer in ways. And I was thinking of things to record for the music video, and I thought, why don't I just bring my phone to the barber shop and just possibly record my head getting shaved? Wow. And I did, and it was so nice, because at the barber shop there was literally one of those lights that you could attach your phone to, and I thought, perfect. And I started to do that, and then release the video, and it's done well for my first debut single. So I'm very excited to perform this one.
Well, I am so thankful you're here, and I am very excited to have you perform, and thank you for sharing that. All right, I'm going to take myself off now. All right, Benjamin Hykes, give me something real.
Here we go. Something real. Give me something I can feel. I've been so uninspired. Give me something new. Give me something I can do to reignite the flame. When the days are long and the music sounds the same, won't someone come and shine a light on me? I'm praying for a reason to believe. Give me something clean and help me find my self-esteem. All I need is one spark to keep the city in my head from going dark. Yeah, dark, yeah, but I don't know where I should even start. Won't someone come and shine a light on me? I'm praying for a reason to believe, a reason to believe. Give me something real, and give me something I can feel, 'cause I can hardly see, and I need someone to shine a light on me, on me, on me, to shine a light on me.
Woo. Awesome. You know what I love about that performance? Oh, I love the words of the song too, but I love you went up and down. I mean, you could tell parts of it when you were talking about dark. And then your whole face lit up when you talked about shine a light on me. So that's emotion. Yeah, I felt it. I absolutely loved it. Thank you.
Thank you. I try. I'm not like. I feel like in general, and this goes along, and it's not a roast to myself, but in general, like literally for all my favorite artists, it's not necessarily always about playing it perfectly, you know, or anything like that, and it's not having the best voice or anything. And though I am trying to always improve and stuff, it's just everything I've written and everything that relates to songwriting is, can you feel it, and what's the meaning behind it? So
you can definitely feel it, and I'm glad that you shared the meaning behind it. All right, so tell people how they can find you, how they can find your music. What's the best way for them to follow what's going on with you?
You can follow me at Benjamin Hykes, literally on pretty much anywhere. If you see artist, singer, songwriter Benjamin Hykes, that's me. I'm trying to definitely incorporate all these new things that I'm doing in my life post chemo into my world of music. So follow me on my journey. It's pretty exciting. I just booked which is awesome. I don't have a lot of money because I lost a lot of gigs, but I just booked a trip to Portugal to do a solo trip and stuff. So follow me on my journey, Benjamin Hykes, Benjamin Hykes. So like hikes, but with a Y. And yeah, look forward. Leave a comment, and would love to hear from you guys. Fantastic. Thank you so much, by the way, Ted, for having me on.
I'm excited. It was an honor to have you on. I love it. I love that you shared that journey with us. I'm praying for your continued health and healing. You guys check out benjaminhykes.com or follow him on all the social media platforms. Let's get behind our creatives. Benjamin's a creative, and they always need our support and want our love and support. So follow Benjamin. Let's follow him on this awesome journey. Thank you, my friend, for being on the show. We will see everybody soon.